There's a simple and natural way to boost your energy and improve your mood and general well-being without any side effects, and best of all, it's free. I'm talking about early morning sunlight. With just a few minutes of exposure daily, you can boost your mood, improve your sleep quality, enhance your immune system, strengthen eyesight, better your skin, and much more. In this video, you will get 7 science-backed incredible benefits of morning sunlight. Watch all the way through to the end, and I'll give you 5 tips on how you can make the most of this health-boosting morning sunlight and how to incorporate it into your daily routine. I've personally experienced the benefits of morning sunlight. Not only has it improved my mood, skin, energy and focus, but I've also noticed an improvement in my vision. Every day I write longhand morning pages, which is 3 pages handwritten, uncensored and uninterrupted, straight text from mind to paper. This morning I forgot to put on my glasses. I usually need at least a pair of +1s to see what I'm doing, but not a problem today. I find it amazing what just a few minutes of exposure to natural red light have done for my well-being. The sun is a powerful source. It's more powerful than most people give it credit for. Some might take the sun for granted and many are frightened of it. However, every aspect of how we function is controlled by light. My new morning sunlight routine has reminded me of how important the sun is to all life. Just think of how to kill weeds in your garden. You cover it up so no light can get to it. And what happens in the spring when the sun returns and the days get longer? Everything grows like crazy. Even our body hair grows faster when it gets some sunshine. Giving the sun a bad reputation has done more harm than good. So many people today suffer from vitamin D deficiency, which is a vital vitamin for many bodily functions, and more people than ever suffer from stress, sleep disorders, anxiety and depression. When I meet with the morning sun, I think of the old saying, life is energy, all of our energy initially comes from the sun. So what's so special about that morning light? At noon the sky is blue because the blue wavelengths of light are short. But at sunrise, when the sun is closer to the horizon, the rays of light have to travel a longer distance and through more of the atmosphere before we can see it. This infrared light and near-infrared light that we can't see, but studies show it significantly affects our bodies. And the correct dose of infrared light has many beneficial effects on our health. So what is infrared light? Infrared light is a spectrum of light that we can't see, but it shapes our biology in a powerful way. You sense infrared light as heat, the heat you feel from the sun and when you put your hands close to an oven or fire. That's also infrared light. Infrared light doesn't just transfer heat to the body, it turns the water in our cells into batteries. It's not a coincidence that sitting next to a fire is so comfortable. Firelight is a spring of infrared light that helps manage melatonin production and keep our circadian rhythms under control. Here are 7 advantages of early morning sunlight. Number 1, you get better sleep and more energy. Dawn is the most important light for timing our circadian rhythm. The circadian rhythm is our biological clock and internal timer set to a 24-hour rhythm. It's present in all life. It times all of our physiology and all of our behavior. The circadian rhythm is set every day by the rising of the sun. All active processes are designed for daytime and all restorative processes are kept for nighttime. The human eye has an incredible ability to absorb, detect and use sunlight. When cells in our eyes detect that morning light, they send signals to different parts of our brain, which do several beneficial things, such as turning the production of the sleep hormone melatonin off in our pineal gland and helping increase cortisol, the waking hormone. We usually think of cortisol as a stress hormone, but our body requires a certain amount of cortisol to function, especially in the morning. The main effect of the morning light is to stimulate the main biological clock in our brain, which in turn synchronizes all the neural clocks in our body to be in tune with the great natural rhythms of nature. This is critically important since being out of tune with our daily biological clock increases the risk for many diseases. Just think of how you feel when you have jet lag or if you've been working night shift. That's when that biorhythm is really out of whack. We live in a very artificial life, and artificial life depends on artificial light. We give the body an incorrect time cue by seeking out artificial light. That's why you might feel far more alert at night and low during the day. But if you start your day by going outside and getting some natural morning light in your eyes, it resets biological rhythms, primes your brain and sets up mood, focus and energy. It even sets up a time release so you sleep better at night. Number 2, the morning light is a powerful anti-aging antioxidant. It's common knowledge that our bodies produce melatonin at night, but did you know that new research shows that nighttime melatonin accounts for only 10% of our body's total melatonin? The other 90% of the melatonin we make happens in the daytime, and exposure to sunlight triggers that. Daytime melatonin, called subcellular melatonin, provides essential energy for breathing, eating, digesting, detoxing, pumping the heart, exercising and much more. The mitochondria in our cells, our body's energy production centers, produce this subcellular melatonin. The new study found that penetrating rays of near-infrared light, which makes up 70% of the solar photons hitting the body, trigger cellular melatonin. Near-infrared light from the sun can penetrate into the body's tissues more deeply than any other frequencies of the solar electromagnetic spectrum. Researchers recently identified melatonin as a major antioxidant and repair mechanism associated with cellular energy. When we produce energy, we also create waste in the form of reactive oxygen species, also called free radicals. And free radicals are considered the most damaging form of oxidation in the body, and to get rid of this potential damage, the body produces melatonin, a very potent antioxidant. Inside our mitochondria are vital enzymes called cytochrome C oxidase. Infrared light activates cytochrome C oxidase, and it's the key enzyme in transforming the sun's infrared light into melatonin. The constant production of these harmful oxidation in our cells can lead to inflammation, and the process can increase with age while our ability to mitigate also declines. So much of age-related damage is due to a deficiency in sunlight, or more specifically, a lack of infrared light and the production of daytime melatonin. The best time to get infrared light exposure is during sunrise and sunset, when there is an unopposed infrared and red light. Back in the day, humans sat around the fire before bedtime and got some extra infrared light from that too. Today we sit in front of our blue screens. Number 3, better vision. In a study from November 2021, researchers from the University of London found that 3 minutes of exposure to deep red light once a week when delivered in the morning can significantly improve declining eyesight. There are 4 areas in particular where morning light improves the eyesight, and the first one is that it reduces the usual age-related diseases. It helps reduce inflammation, eye floaters, cataracts, dry eye, glaucoma and macular degeneration. And the second one is that it helps prevent nearsightedness. A growing body of research suggests sunlight in general may benefit the eyes and the development of the eyes in childhood. And the time spent outdoors in the sun partly influences the shape of children's eyes. More children now are developing nearsightedness than it has been the case historically. Some experts have theorized that the longer eyeball length associated with nearsightedness may result from less time spent outdoors and more time looking at screens. The third reason that the sunlight is good for the eyes is that the morning sun can help improve color perception, because exposure to natural light can help our eye distinguish between colors more easily. This can be especially beneficial for people who work in professions that require accurate color perception, such as artists and designers. The fourth thing is that the infrared morning light helps counteract the damage of blue light. Studies have shown that infrared eyewear delivers the same benefits for the eyes when used in the morning. Number 4. Morning light reduces the risk of sunburn. Early morning light, specifically infrared light, is a critical signal in prepping the skin for a day in the sun. Humans evolved to spend all day in the sun, and the early morning light is important in preparing the body and the skin for the midday sun. In nature, the human body would never be exposed to the damaging ultraviolet light without ample exposure to red and near-infrared light that strengthens and protects the skin from the UV light we so desperately lack to. The unopposed infrared light at sunrise and sunset prepares and repairs the skin from midday UV light exposure. To understand how this can be, consider how our ancestors spent their days. They didn't stay in a dark cave until noon. Instead, most were up and working at dawn and throughout the day. The skin didn't need to use the same protective hormones if it was a cloudy or a darker winter day. However, early morning light signaled to the body to be prepared if it was a sunny summer day. One of the best ways to reduce risk of sunburn is actually to get more sun. When you spend time in the sun, your body produces more melanin. Melanin provides pigmentation to your skin, eyes and hair. It absorbs harmful UV rays and protects your cells from sun damage. The darker the skin, the more UV protection the skin holds. Melanin also protects the genetic material stored in our cells by keeping out harmful UV rays. We admirably adapted to the sun's radiation due to millions of years of evolution. Number 5. Improves the skin. I've noticed a change in my skin. I am 60, and despite that I look after my skin with a healthy diet and great skincare, my skin is naturally not as tight as it used to be. However, I've noticed a change lately. After just a few weeks of my morning light sunlight practice, my neck and jawline's skin have tightened up a little bit. There is a lot of research that correlates UVA and UVB with the aging of the skin. However, the sun can also provide a particular type of light that keeps it young and healthy. While the research is still new, many studies support infrared light's anti-aging and soothing effects. Studies show that red light helps improve skin elasticity and smoothness. It boosts collagen production, which otherwise slows or stops as the skin ages. Red light also helps stimulate the healing pathways in the skin. Many people who experience skin wounds, whether from an accident, surgery or past acne, can struggle to regain smooth skin. Research shows that infrared light can help promote healing and smoothness too. It can help with wound healing and reduce inflammation resulting from a skin wound. It also can help in the fight against acne. Many people struggle to get clear skin without using strong chemicals and antibiotics, which can lead to skin aging. Researchers have found that red light reduces that skin inflammation that contributes to acne. Morning sunlight exposure also helps treat other skin conditions such as eczema and psoriasis. The research is so promising that many infrared devices are on the market now and continue to grow in popularity. However, the early morning sun is the most natural way for everyone to get a valuable red light. It's also a totally free way to harness infrared light's anti-aging and skin soothing effects. If you don't have access to these healing early morning sun rays, you can buy an infrared lamp which works surprisingly well. And why it's also used on some cancer patients as treatment, because the red light penetrates the skin, bones and cells. Number 6. It elevates your mood. A good dose of the outside bright sunshine at any time during the day has a massive impact on elevating mood and general feelings of well-being. A study at Broadmoor Institute examined the effects of the equivalent of 20 minutes of bright sunshine in the morning on the mood. They found that bright light had a much more significant effect on elevating mood than some antidepressant. Here's why sunlight is such a mood booster. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that plays a key role in the brain's reward and motivation system, and it's associated with feelings of pleasure, satisfaction and motivation. When we expose our eyes to sunlight, a signal is sent to the brain's hypothalamus, releasing serotonin. Serotonin is a precursor to dopamine, which means that the more serotonin we produce in response to sunlight exposure, the more dopamine can be synthesized. Increased dopamine production in the brain helps improve mood, increase motivation and reduce the risk of depression and other mood disorders. Talking about dopamine, here's a tip to help you cope with smartphone addiction. If the first thing you do when you wake up is jump on social media and scroll, you're setting up an expectation of cheap dopamine hits throughout the day, and your brain will be looking for them. You will be drawn back to Instagram and back to your inbox, back to the kind of constant back and forth between the dopamine circuits in the brain. Instead, drink some water, move your body a little bit, open the windows and let your eyes and face meet the morning sun. Number 7. Morning sunlight boosts the immune system and overall well-being. Everything I mentioned until now about the health benefits of the morning sun exposure, the better sleep, the more melatonin and less inflammation contribute to a much more robust immune system, better mood and less stress. Exposing your skin to red and near-infrared light can make the cells more robust and resistant to infection. This is because the red light gives cells a bit of stress, making them healthier. It's like lifting weights at the gym to make your muscles stronger. Red light therapy can also help the body fight off viruses and bacteria, and that's because it's making certain types of cells grow and move more around, and it's turning on other cells that can eat up and eliminate harmful substances. It's helping the body create new healthy cells, and it's activating certain cells that help produce inflammation. Safe and low exposure to red light improves the body's response to external viruses and bacteria and makes it more able to fight off infections. That was my 7 benefits of morning sunlight. Here you have 5 ways you can make the most of the health boosting morning sunlight and how you can incorporate it into your daily routine. The first one is no window watching. Get the morning light the right way. It's not enough to look through the window glasses because you get about 4 or 5 times less light and rays on the inside of the window glass than on the outside. The second one is rise and shine. Wake up a little earlier to give yourself time to enjoy the morning sunlight. Even just 10 to 15 minutes of sunlight exposure can have a positive effect on your mood, your energy. The best way to make sure you get your early morning rays is to check when the sun rises beforehand and set your alarm. The closer to sunrise, the more benefits. A general rule of thumb is that the most benefits come from the sun when our shadows are longer than our bodies. At this point, the red light is the most powerful. If getting up is a struggle, catching the sunlight as soon as you wake up still has wonderful benefits. Number 3 is show some skin. Get outside first thing and let the sun meet your eyes and skin. It's okay to sit somewhere comfortably and close your eyes. This will prime your brain, skin and biorhythm. It sets up your mood, focus and energy. Plus it sets up a time release so you sleep better at night. Depending on the temperature, try to leave a little skin exposed while you are out there. Wear as few clothes as possible to absorb the most infrared light and UV rays. Take off your sweater, wear a swimsuit or even go in the buff if possible. If you don't have easy access to the outdoors, then I have this advice. I live on the top floor of an apartment building in the middle of Copenhagen, so getting outside in the mornings takes too much work. Instead, I open the windows to the east, wide up. I sit before them and soak the rays up. Number 4, no sunglasses. The human eye has a fantastic ability to absorb and use sunlight. Get maximum effect by removing all barriers to the eyes. Take off any sunglasses and contacts to get the naked eye exposed. Spend time in the sun before putting on glasses or contacts for the day. And number 5, keep the phone on flight or focus mode. You can try this morning routine Have some water, get outside, take some deep breaths and get natural light into your eyes. These steps will greatly impact and benefit the body and mind. Enjoy the sun even when it's cloudy. As you can see in my graphic, the red rays penetrate through glass and therefore also through clouds. They're there even if we can't see them. So own the morning and you own your day. If you're open to sharing, please leave a comment below with what your thoughts are on health benefits of the sunlight. Thank you for tuning in, I appreciate it. Subscribe for good vibes and have a wonderful outdoorsy day.